Good evening everybody and welcome to the KTM Centre in Hemel Hempstead. I've got a funny suspicion that this video is going to be quite a lot of editing work, let's put it that way. Not speedo blurring out or hiding wheelies or anything like that, because I don't do any of those things. I don't speed and I don't do wheelies. What I'll do is I'll introduce you to the bike first, we'll go and do a ride and I'll cut anything out that's, you know, maybe not applicable for YouTube. Look at him, he's all grown up.
Grown up. That's
literally what I've just said. Oh, he's trying to prop a bike. Talking of proper bikes, look what I got to ride. I'm actually rather moist at the thought of riding this thing. Super Duke R EVO for 2024. Highlights being it's been bored out to 1349cc or something like that. It's now got a shift cam technology, so you've got two variable valves basically. The new throttle body, airbox, air intake system. So we're going to go and take it for a blast because I have a sneaking suspicion that I will want one of these things. It's also got little wings, which is brilliant. Hello. 30 years of Duke. The last guy obviously didn't put any bloody fuel in it, so I'm going to do that. Got 400 miles on the clock. Let's go. There we go everyone. The 1390 Super Duke R EVO. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you next week's video. Bye. I'm assuming that engine light is just because it's not had its first service yet. That quick shift is very smooth. I've ridden Super Dukes quite a few times in the past. I've ridden Gen 3, ridden the Gen 2. Obviously this is heavily revised for 2024 with a load of different features and changes to it. It's finally got all the new switchgear and TFT and all the electronics pack. Where's that side stand? There it is. Let's go off. That'll do, it clicked at that. Because they've redesigned the airbox and all the intake and everything, it means there's more room for tank. So you've actually got a 17.5 litre tank rather than the 16 I think you got before. Oh, engine light's gone out now. I suppose that engine light was apparently just because I had no fuel.
I can already tell how much quicker this is.
What, than your Africa Twin?
Yeah.
That was very quick to recognise that I've got a full tank. Even mine takes a little bit longer. You've got your rider modes, you've got track performance modes. I don't quite know the difference between the track and the performance mode, as I mentioned earlier on the 990 Duke. I don't know whether I've put that video out yet. I think one of them will have like launch control and stuff like that, but it seemed the same on the Duke, so I don't know whether it's the same on this. You've obviously got your slip adjuster, you've got your throttle response, you can reduce or increase the engine braking. The track setting for the throttle on this is essentially like rally mode on a Super Adventure, or rally throttle should I say on a Super Adventure. Anti-wheelie, you've got your low, mediums, highs, very highs and off. So it has got launch control. It's also got factory start, like the whole shot modes on MotoGP bikes. I think that's what it does, which is just insane, like absolutely insane. You've got your MTC and MSR as per usual. You've got a quick shifter and a blipper. This one being the EVO has also got the electronic suspension, so it's got a host of other goodies. Damping, you've got your track settings, automatic, rain, comfort, street and sport. Preload adjuster, auto standard, 5% increases. That is so cool. It's also got anti-dive. Tyre pressure monitors, all your usual stuff. You've got your phone connectivity and everything. I'm going to do a lot of referencing to Super Adventure because obviously I'm used to having a Super Adventure, and it's a very similar electronic suite to the Super Adventure. Jesus. This is all very familiar. It's the same switchgear that's on my bike. You can adjust your traction control with these two buttons here, and obviously your cruise control. I mean, yes, they're expensive. They're like 18-19 grand. There goes Joe. The amount of stuff you've got on this is ridiculous. That is generally just a roll-on. Oh my god. What I find really weird about the Super Dukes is that it's the same engine. Obviously this is a 1390 rather than the 1290, but it's basically the same LC8 V-twin that I've got in my bike. And I've always found like even the 1290 Super Duke feels and rides like a completely different bike than the Super Adventure. I've tickled tickled the throttle. And it is just bloody Nora. I'm the lofty heights of 5'9", as I always say. I've got about 32 inch inseam, or inside leg, or depending where you are in the world, inside leg, inseam, blah blah blah. And I can't get my feet flat. I can get them down. It does feel a little bit like I'm on top of the bike, if that makes sense. Like many people, I was very sceptical when I first saw this bike launch. I kind of thought, not sure on that headlight. Since I've seen it in person, I think it really freshens the bike up. I think it almost makes the 1290 look a little bit dated. I think the 1290 still looks very, very cool, but this just looks different. It looks interesting. Joe just said, holy shit. Jesus Christ! This thing is so fast! Oh my god! Oh my organs! My lungs are touching the bloody back protector in my jacket. Oh my lungs!
I get it!
You get it?
I get it!
It's just stupid power! Oh my! Jesus! Everything hurts! Oh fuck. The electronic suspension is in the hardest setting it's got. Like, I've been on this road many times in the past. It's incredibly bumpy, but this is just dealing with it. It's just that, like, it has just got, like, I'm actually speechless. It's got less power than like the M1000R. But it's just, it feels like it's got double the power because it's all just grunt. Honestly, it feels like someone has just rested a 50 kilo dumbbell on my chest. How does this make my bike feel that slow? I never thought I'd be riding a bike that is so bloody quick that I've had to slow down to catch my breath. And in a corner, it is stupid planted. I actually need to get my breath back. Can we pull in for just 2 minutes? I need a couple of minutes to just collect myself. It actually baffles me. I don't get it. This makes my bike feel slow.
Your bike is not slow.
I know. My bike's very quick. I genuinely, I'm speechless. Actually, I might do that afterwards to see if it's any better. Because I've got like track throttle and everything.
Just tone it all down.
To see if it's usable.
Yeah, is it just not usable?
It is, but you've got to be on it. But I think it's because it's in track mode and the traction, the anti-wheelie is up high. So I'm going to turn all that down and see if I can sort it out.
But I get it.
And you're not even in rally mode yet.
That's silly.
Yeah.
That's really silly.
It's brilliant, isn't it? While Joe's calling KTM saying can we have him for another hour, I put on my Instagram story anything you guys want to know about the 1390. Questions. Motorbike said, waiting for the 1390 SAS. Same bro. Is it 0% from Dave Ashpole? No. Mike says, I just want to know when your order will be placed. Probably in about an hour, mate. Is it loud and orange from Gravy Davey? It is relatively loud. This one's black though. Barry says, how insane is the rally mode with rally throttle or whatever it's called on the Duke? I think my reactions probably answered that right. Like, ridiculous. I've actually had my leg coming out trying to balance where it's just wheeling as soon as you touch the throttle. Are they still a headache from Rich? So far, I've had literally not a problem with this. I've turned it on and off about 3 or 4 times. No warnings come up on the dashboard, no preload errors, nothing. And this is a brand new bike. So, Prabash says, why did they go for the clitoris look on the headlights?
He probably needs to get his missus looked at.
But shall I just do this? There's the... I've just officially made this not a PG review. Does the extra 100cc give you a fatty on faster over the 1290? I mean, we've accelerated at the same time and I've disappeared. It weighs just under 200 kilos and it's got 190 brakes, so it's almost a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio.
Super Venture with the crash bars and everything.
Won't, that'd be 245, 250 kilos.
That's 50 kilos, it's not hard.
Yeah. So yes, it does give me a fat on. Will Dave Gashpel keep voice noting about buying one and a GS 1300 but never buy one from Ollie Ray?
Probably.
That's, yeah, Dave's going to do it. Dave, you need to buy a bike, mate. Stop messing around. Will there be connection to Android Auto / Apple CarPlay from HB Henning? I don't think so, because it's the same technology as my bike is. So you get like your turn-by-turn navigation and everything, but you don't get any Android Auto. The only real bikes that have that are the Africa Twin, and there's some of the Ducatis, I don't know, but then you've got to pay 35 grand for a Ducati to get one, so... There we go, that was most of the questions. I think they're relatively answered.
I don't understand how you still have your licence.
Yeah, I don't know.
The reason why I didn't go for the like Ducati or the KTM or anything is literally because of that. Because I'm opening it up in third and I'm just smashing well over
60 miles
an hour.
Yeah. I might actually change all the settings to make it a bit more...
Try and make it as dull as possible to see if it's actually usable on...
Not dull as possible, I'm just going to put it in like... Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put it in performance. Just put that back to sport mode. You change engine braking, anti-wheelie, like everything.
Yeah.
Bring that down a bit. Factory start. It's like whole shot mode. Sport damping, let's put that back into auto standard. There you go. The only negative so far is the turning circle's crap. Like, that's the turning circle. Like I can still see you. Joe's just found rally mode. So this point for me now is that I've ridden this like a colossal bellend, that it's been almost not unrideable, but ridiculous. I can't cope with that as a daily bike. So I want to know now, with the wheelie control down low, sport throttle rather than like the track throttle, automatic suspension, etc, etc, is this going to be way better now? And I mean, already it's better. Fuck me. Yeah, this is so much calmer. So much calmer. Calmer, chameleon. It doesn't feel unsettled, it doesn't feel like it's trying to throw me off the back or anything. That is so much nicer. Really usable now. It's still wheelies though. I'm not trying to wheelie. I'm really not trying to wheelie. I know some people will think otherwise, but I'm not. And that is just wheeling. Bloody hell! I've never been like dishevelled from riding a bike. The Super Duke has always been a monster, but this just seems like, it's just like, I don't get it. It's just so stupid. I thought I'd be uncomfortable by now, but I'm fine. My wrists don't hurt at all. Oh, is he going to ruin my corner? He is going to ruin my corner. That fueling is spot on. It's not like jolty or anything. I could easily make this softer again. There's also still street modes. There's also still rain modes. Even with everything turned down a bit, it's still mental. It's so fast. Oh my god, I need one. You know when you have like an experience with a girlfriend or someone on a night out, maybe she's a goth. You take her back and she does very questionable things to you. And when she leaves, you kind of sit there going, oh, that was ridiculous, I never want to do that again. And then like an hour later, you kind of sit there going, actually, that's what I'm comparing this to. And now I'm in auto suspension doing 32 miles an hour and I'm comfy. And it's just, I think Joe's enjoying himself. I don't even think I've used full throttle yet. My grip strength would be the one thing that would improve if I bought this thing, because it's just like you're holding on for dear life, and then you just throw it into corners like this. It's just, this is the reason I love rally mode and track mode / performance mode, is that you set the bike up how you want it to, so it's not too much for you, but it's just enough level of ridiculousness. And then when you want to go out on a weekend blast and you want the bike to feel like it's mental again, that's when you put it into track throttle or rally throttle or whatever. Once you set it up for you, then makes it the perfect bike. And I think every time I've said to someone to go and ride a super adventure, I'm like, mate, put it in rally mode, dial up and down the traction control, mess around with the throttle settings, mess around with the suspension damping and everything, set that bike up for you, and it will be a different weapon, different beast. And that's what I'd do with this. Keep it in a specific sort of setting, and that would be my go-to setting, and it would become the monster I want it to be, rather than like what it was at the start of this video, where it was just too much. Like absolutely like abusing and violating the senses, whereas now it's sort of, it's just enough power. It's a ridiculous monster, but it's tamed. And as lame as that sounds, that's what you want, that's what you need. And at the start of this video, I was very, very much under the opinion that this bike was too much, and it will be too much for a lot of people. But I love it. The bell, right at the end. The Mitchell brothers aren't cooking, but it feels like I've got a heated seat on like a low setting. Just because you're sitting on top of a 1300cc, well, nearly 1400cc engine. It is so good. And the other thing is, I've got this, now I haven't got it in track throttle. It's so much oh my god! It's so much easier to control that roll-on. But yet again, I'm 2 hours into riding this thing and I'm comfy. My wrists don't hurt, my back doesn't hurt. I haven't died yet. So refined down low that I'm not, like the throttle's not snatchy, it's so smooth. What an incredible bit of kit, man. What an insane bit of kit. I genuinely do think the 990 would be a better road bike, but if you want something that's going to get your heart going, this thing, it's mind-bogglingly quick. And the difference is, I've been on faster bikes. You get on like an RSV4, an M1000RR or something like that, it's faster. The difference being, this, it's mental, that's what it is. And I'm gonna have to bleep that out, and a lot of swearing that I've had to bleep out in this video, but fuck me, absolutely fuck me. The other thing I found really weird, as you look down like that, there's just no front end. Oh my god, I want one! But look, second gear, I'm not even touching the throttle and it's smooth. If I get one, BHP UK, I might have to bring it up to you to get rid of that D-cell pop limiter and all sorts of stuff. There we go, everyone. The 1390 Super Duke R EVO. What an absolute monster of a bike. I think it looks the dog's danglies in black as well. The black with the orange.
As good as it is, I'm not going to get one.
What, one of those? Why? Because you can't trust yourself. Well, there you go, people. If you want to come and ride this thing, KTM Centre in Hemel Hempstead, or that thing, not that. You don't want to ride that thing. I'm actually baffled. Like, that is bonkers. Absolutely insane. Right, I'm going to go and have a coffee because I am... Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go and order one of these, maybe. See you next week's video. Bye.